Hello everyone, this is an Aimsun video and I would like to focus on this one about the static assignments. When you do static assignment, that is like a macro model, individual vehicles are not modeled. What you do is like OD trip volumes, cost on road sections. So it's a simplified, very simplified assignment or a model. It runs faster, so it is suitable for big models or fast run times. Okay, so what we do is when you have the project window open, in scenarios, you right click on scenarios and then you can click new and static assignment scenario. There is a static OD adjustment and static OD departure adjustment scenario. Those are things that we will cover in other videos. But if you want to run a static assignment, you need to use this one. So let's do that. As you can see, it created this 980 one. 980 is just the Aimsun ID. And if I open it, you can see you can set up the traffic demand, different settings. You can set like the RDS for validation. This is like a survey data. Master control plan is the your signals. Path assignment plans, transit plans, traffic demand, these are just the inputs. You can set the date, duration, time, stuff like that. Outputs to generate, variables, like all different kind of settings, but by default it's like that and it's fine. But when you do a static assignment, you need to start doing an experiment. So you need to create a new experiment. And when you create a new experiment, you can do that by right-click that and select new experiment. And as you can see, this little dialog box comes up and there are 5 different assignment methods. There are very simple ones and very complicated ones as well. In the manual, there is a very good summary for this. It describes each very short and very easy to understand, but basically your simplest one is the all or nothing. In this one it just basically takes the shortest route for each OD pair, origin destination pair. So from this place, let me just zoom out. So basically from this origin to this destination, it will pick the shortest path and that's it. So there are no iterations, no settings, nothing. It just takes the shortest one. It can be useful in some cases. If you don't have alternative route choices, that's your fastest model to do. That can create some path list, some list of paths. And it can be useful in some cases and it's very fast. There are other ones. So for example, the incremental assignment, that is the next one, the second fastest. In that one, you define iterations where you can, and in each iteration, you load in an amount of traffic and at the end you take something away. In the next iteration, you add another amount, then you take another one away. And you keep doing this until you reach 100%. It's important when you add up all the load and unload, the difference should be 100%. So for example, if you load in 40%, then at the end of the iteration you take away 20 remains, then you add 50, so you are at 70 in total, then you take away 20, then you end up with 50. So your third iteration will start at 50 and you will keep going until you reach 100. This one is a little bit slower, but it has some iterations, so it can be useful not to overload the network immediately. Then the next one is an MSA assignment. That is based on a Frank-Wolf assignment. Just it skips a calculation step, so it is a simplified and a faster version of Frank and Wolf. Frank and Wolf is your go-to. Probably if you have a network where you have alternative route choices, you probably want to use Frank and Wolf. It is relatively fast, but also effective and powerful. But if that assignment gives you errors, or not errors, but like an instable model, you can use MSA assignment. Probably your most complex one is the stochastic. You only want to use that probably if you know what you are doing, because you need to define your own cost function, discrete cost function. And if you do that, as you can see, it creates an experiment. Oh, sorry, discrete choice function. I can't talk. You need to define it yourself. And also you have maximum number of paths. So this is similar what you can set in Vizim if you know Vizim. You know, you can limit the number of paths. You can do some extra control. You can also load initial volumes. So you have a lot of control here, but you need to create the discrete discrete choice model. I always make this mistake. So if you do like a Franken-Wolf or an MSA assignment, your settings are very simple and not a lot. You can just basically limit the maximum iterations and the relative gap, or R gap. R gap defines how close you are to that perfect balanced assignment. And you can limit the iterations in case you just can't reach it or it would take too long. Then you can just limit it at 50 or 100 or your given number. And as you can see, for one assignment, static assignment, you can have all kinds of experiments, and you can just run each. So first here you set up your demand, your transit plan, and all your inputs, you know, what is used in the assignment. But then in these experiments, you define what engine or what actual mathematical formulas or equations or the whole system you want to use, the engine. That is like in this case the stochastic assignment, and you set up how the assignment to be run. You can also set up different like attribute overrides. That's something we cover in later videos, and you can run scripts before, after. You can set up what outputs you want to generate. And the same settings you have for the Franken-Wolf. And also here you can, for the scenario, you can set what you want to export basically once the scenario is ready, different parameters, some attributes. And also here you can use different geometric configurations. That is also something for a future video, but you can set everything up here, like time, initial time, duration, everything is set up there, and you run your assignment. I thought this is important to discuss because in the next video I will talk about the matrix estimation or correction. And let's meet you there. If you like the video, consider that you actually like and subscribe to my channel. Or you can also comment. All of these would have the algorithm to promote my channel. And if you want to support me more, please head to the description below, where you can find a link to my Patreon page, or you can also sign up on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.